What makes the difference between a decent NG and a Prem NG, for example? I guess it's like... It's more of like... In Highlander, when it comes to decent NG to Prem NG, I'd say it's got a lot to do with your DM and your ability to like work on different circumstances. Like decent NG, let's say that you know where to build sentry all the time, you know what to do, like stuff happens, oh, that's nice headshot. But like a Prem NG is like one half of the coin is that they're like really fucking good at DM. Like I'm really bad at DM, so I have no idea how I'm in Prem. Like I just do a lot of gimmicks. Like probably the best engineer in Prem I'd say is Doom, who's got like amazing DM. He's like an outlier when it comes to engineers, because engineers are generally like me, who are like, they really like the game, they're really like good at just thinking about the game, but otherwise they're like kind of meh when it comes to game like aim. Like I'd say I've got pretty good aim, I've just got very inconsistent aim. So like some days I'll jump on a medic and two-shot him, and other days I'll be like, medic, die please! And yeah. But like Doom has just got spot on perfect aim all the time. He's like a fucking scout main in engineer form. So like if you can fucking work on your DM and fucking like 1v1 like everyone on the flank as an engineer, you will go to Prem easy. Like this is a first person shooter after all, so like if you can first person shoot as every class, like if you can play medic and you can out DM people, you're a fucking god. Like so if you can play engineer, who is essentially like a weaker version of a scout, and you can out DM a scout main, then you're a good engineer. That's a very good one. The other side of it is be able to do like things under pressure. Like for example, say you're holding the standard hold on like Badwater, but then suddenly the team you're going up against does this really weird thing where they like, I don't know, they like Uber in like a direct hit soldier and he just keeps destroying your sentry. Like some really weird strat that you haven't practiced against. Maybe, because there's this one strat where like a soldier can go like, he can go direct hit, fucking shitty people next door. There's a direct hit and a base jumper. So like you can like jump up in the air, and then as you float down, you can float down in the air and then shoot the sentry from far away, the direct hit. So you can like, instead of standing like on this right bit on like near the car and then shooting the sentry with a direct hit through a predictable area, you can come over on the left near the cliff, jump up and base jump it, and then direct hit the sentry. So you can catch the sentry with some really weird angles with direct hit. So like that's some good insight for engineers. Look out for that. That's a really good strat for soldiers to use. But if like be able to predict, like if that stuff actually happens, like that just happens a lot, be able to like know what to do immediately, like right off the bat. Just be like, okay, this team isn't using their heavy to push my gun at all. Like their heavy is playing on the flank like an idiot, and they're Ubering in their demo and they've got their soldier running with them the entire time. I'm going to make this adaptation and run short circuit on defense against this team so I can just counter them. Like that kind of thing. Just being able to like, yeah, this is the meta, this is what's standard, this is what works, but this is also what I've learned from the team of how I can counter them. Because one thing I do like about Engineer is that there's a lot of gimmicks involved. Like, you can just play like standard like level 3s and stuff, but if you're playing like indoors in a map with a lot of spam, you can switch to short circuit. If you're playing like against a lot of spies, I like to run Southern Hospitality. Southern Hospitality I think is pretty much the best wrench. I just like using stock because I have a few nice looking stock ones. Jag is good in a situation where building and moving up your gun is very useful, but at its current state, Jag is really bad against when you're going to be sapped by spies. So if you're in a situation where a spy can really fuck up your hold, like the only one that can break the hold is a spy, don't run the Jag, otherwise you're just perpetuating that. You want to run Southern Hospitality and fuck him up. But then again, if you're in like Badwater Last, for example, where it's a basin and you're in downhill and you're like a disadvantage, if you're building in shadow in the like standard spot, what's usually going to happen is they're going to like send in a spy to sap, maybe, and then immediately drop like the uber heavy like down onto the gun, or the uber demo onto the gun. So if you're in a situation where the sapper is literally just there for like the few seconds of like disability on your sentry, and then they're just going to drop people onto the gun, then feel free to run Jag, because those like that like one extra sapper isn't going to matter when there's a heavy on your gun. Like, And Jag is way more better on last points anyway, since you can basically just rebuild your gun really fast. So it's like more of a clutch weapon to use. So back to the original question, what differentiates a decent NG from a Prem NG? Basically, first one is DM. If you can be a really good, like, if you can have scout level DM on Engineer, then you are very good. And the second one is being able to be so crazy and autistic at this class that anytime you come onto a new map, you're like, this is a Thompson map, or I can use this strat on this. Just come up with your own ideas, run around on your own server, and just thinking about weird spots and be like, this sentry spot here can fuck up this particular class. I'm going against a team that has like a carry scout. I'm gonna fuck up their scout. Like, just being able to think about like weird things and just basically social engineer the enemy team. So I guess that's a really good answer for that question. Also, I got very like passionate about that thing, so it just immediately became like full nerd on the Engineer right there.